Hello and welcome to the very first TGIF episode in the year 2024 and of course in season 2 of the Anti-Pharmacist podcast. Now that festivities are over, I hope you're easing into the year nicely. This one that nobody is green for anybody, I hope you're taking it easy. So on today's episode, I want to talk about an age-long combo medicine. It's been in use for centuries, I dare say so, and it's even being used now. Hardly will you visit any healthcare provider without getting a recommendation for this. Let me not put you in too much suspense and just say it, alright? This combo medicine is diet and exercise. Are you surprised that that's it? Well, yes, that's just it. Diet and exercise. So, let's get right into it. I know I have talked a lot on this show in season 1 about diet, how it can go a long way to help manage your chronic illnesses, your weight, your muscle building, and all of that. I have also talked about exercise in management of chronic conditions. Actually, hardly does one go without the other, and these two never fail as long as you're committed to practicing them correctly. You also do not need to have a chronic condition like hypertension, diabetes, obesity, or hyperlipidemia, fatty liver to need them. It should actually be part of your daily routine. That's how you maintain your body and ensure its optimal function. Now, why do I feel the need to talk about this now? I know many of us have stuffed ourselves up during the festive season, eating all the eatables. Festive seasons are always excuses to indulge and relax. As you are eating chicken, you are eating turkey. As you are eating pizza, you are taking ice cream. But now that festivities are over, it is time to consider diet and exercise, if only to burn all the unhealthy things you have deposited in your body during Christmas and New Year celebrations. Believe me, not all foods you take in end up going out of your body as feces. Some are deposited as fat around your organs, others as unhealthy and unexcreted waste materials that could cause problems later, especially if you don't find a way to get rid of them. While dieting involves watching what you eat, exercise helps to burn calories that you do not need. Many people think that diet and exercise are for those who want to lose weight alone. But like I said earlier, this is not really true. There are many benefits you can get from dieting and exercising that have nothing to do with weight loss. Some of them are prevention of chronic diseases, heart health, muscle strength, increased immunity, and mental health improvement, even longevity. There's this saying that we are what we eat, and that's so true. Many people start their dieting journey only to give up along the way, especially those that want to lose weight. They then start looking for shortcuts by taking medications. Some want to pick one between diet and exercise, but the truth is that we need both for optimal results. It is actually not so difficult if we make them part of our lifestyle and daily routines. They are indicated for all age groups, not just adults. Because if you do not control what your children eat, even in their young age, all in the name of they are still children, it may end up affecting them later in future. Many children have become obese because of overindulgence when it comes to food by their parents and lack of exercise. Besides, if you start early in life, it is most likely to become your lifestyle growing up, and that's even better. You know, we used to say this thing about how our grandparents and those older generations were healthier than we are now. How they never used to have diseases that are so common in our days, right? For example, for me, my grandfather lived till 110 years before he died. And I didn't hear about him having any diseases that are so common today till his death. I was relatively young when he died. I was a teenager, I think. And I remembered him as an agile old man. Why? Because these people in their own way do practice dieting and exercise. They incorporate this into their daily lives and it became part of them. Although not in the embellished way that we do it these days. They don't eat junks like we do. They didn't even know of the existence of these junks. They eat natural, fresh food from their farms, what we now call organic. Because there are a lot of genetically modified organisms around, which we call GMO, which are products of foods that have been grown under conditions other than the natural, using fertilizers, tweaking soil conditions, and all of this affect the natural components and nutrients we get from these foods. And that is why we have to take a lot of dietary supplements to make up for the absent nutrients that we don't get from our food. Sometimes the nutrients are lost during the processing of the foods. Other times we do not even eat the foods that will supply the necessary nutrients. Of course, we have our excuse in Nigeria about limited variety of foods and all that. But have you considered combining various foods? There are many food channels out there, healthy food channels, from which we can learn nutritious food combinations. And this is where our dietitians and nutritionists come in. They are there for us to consult, although it seems like the practice is not so popular or mainstream in Nigeria right now. The older generation would wake up early to walk to their farms, thus exercising. They do their farm work before the sun comes out. They eat fresh fish that they caught from the river. They eat freshly killed games, that is animals from the forest, not frozen food too. They trek back home again. They do recreational activities like dancing, it's exercise too, wrestling and the likes. And these are the major secrets to their health and longevity. We could adopt the same thing now, We can just press the reset button. There are many healthy food recipes online that incorporate fruits, vegetables, whichever one we have in Nigeria. You can make salad, smoothies, even for children, and even the geriatrics. Also, in terms of exercise, you don't have to engage in rigorous exercise if you don't want to. 150 minutes of exercise is the recommended average per week. So doing about 30 minutes per day is okay. And there are various categories of exercise from moderate to vigorous ones. Gym instructors are there to guide you for those that will visit the gym. You can start small even in your house, then build up, taking walks in the evenings, practicing yoga and doing stretches, aerobics, swimming, cycling. All these are exercises. You can play recreational sports like tennis, basketball, volleyball, football. All of these are exercises that you can do. I know that everybody is trying to get the bag, so people pay less attention to all these things. And that is why there are cases of high blood pressure, even among younger men these days. But doing these little things will help to prevent the diseases that I've mentioned, and will even help one to live long. So bottom line of my discussion today is that in this new year, make the Agelong combo of diet and exercise part of your lifestyle. It will pay you in the long run. Start by incorporating one small diet change and one small exercise change. Stick to them for a few weeks to a month. Then build on top of that. You can do them with others for accountability and to encourage you to keep the habit going. Now, I'll close by giving you some ideas for small diet changes. Number 1, include a vegetable with each meal. There are many vegetables in Nigeria, so you can't give excuse that Nigeria does not have much food. There are many vegetables. Incorporate vegetables with your meals. Eat at least 3 different colors of fruits and vegetables each day. That's simple enough, right? Incorporate plant-based protein like beans at least twice a week. Replace one refined snack with a piece of fresh fruit per day. Instead of taking that pie, why not buy banana? Instead of taking that scotch egg or egg roll, why not go for apple? You can even make smoothies. Limit alcohol to 1 drink per day or 1 to 2 days per week. Choose a whole grain version of your favorite carb-rich food, such as brown rice instead of white rice. Now let me go to some little ideas for small changes in exercise. Number 1, walk for 15 minutes at least 3 times per week. Spend 10 minutes of your lunch break stretching or walking. That time, instead of sitting in the lounge and gisting or watching a movie or, just take a walk, 10 minutes. Visit the gym or go for a jog 2 times per week. Follow an online yoga video for 20 minutes, 2 to 3 times per week. You can do that on your weekends if you know that you are busy during the week. Join a sports club that you think sounds interesting. It could be as little as table tennis. Human interactions too, they help our mental health. From there, you engage in some team sports, volleyball, football, basketball. You're exercising, Go for a long walk with a friend once a week. It could even be with your spouse or your partner. That will also help intimacy. You know that health, according to WHO, is not just your physical health. It's also your social and mental well-being. when you incorporate this into your lifestyle, you know that you're healthy, right? And that will help you in the long run. Well, I'm saying all of it, Abby. Don't worry. As you are doing all of this, so also will I. Alright? These tips I have given you will cost you little or no money. So you can't give me the excuse that there is no money. They are not luxuries, really. Remember that if you don't spend that little money now, you might end up spending even more to treat illnesses that could have been prevented by these small practices. And we don't want that. And with that, it's a wrap on this TGIF episode. I hope that you have been able to get value and learn a thing or two that will help you improve your health this year. Bear in mind that diet and exercise are age-long combo medicines that still work till today. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to the podcast. Sharing especially will help more people to access the podcast and bring this relevant information to everybody. Also, please follow us on our social media handles. Send in your comments, your questions, your suggestions for topics you want us to discuss to our mail, to our DMs. We're always here for you. Thanks so much for listening. Till next time, stay healthy and God bless you.